What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And today I've got a story for y'all that I honestly couldn't believe the first time I saw it, to be honest. It was sent in by a subscriber, and it's one of the weirdest ones I've had in a moment. It ends up with somebody pooping in a fish tank, alright? I know that's super weird, but I guess that's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. Regardless, I figured it would be a fun one for you guys to listen to. And yeah, before we get into it, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. Someone's gonna poop in your fish tank, and you don't want that to happen. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, my voice died at the end. I'm sorry. Let's get into it. Alright, so this person was in the 4th grade when this ended up going down. Pretty young, you know, but not like incredibly young, I guess, and not like weird, you know, not ready for middle school, but also knows the alphabet stage of life, I guess. And they had a teacher that had fish tanks, and that basically, you know, made this guy the coolest teacher in the school. Everybody was super excited. If you were in his class, you were considered incredibly lucky. And the fish themselves weren't anything insane. It was just some goldfish, some betta fish, like normal types of fish. He had a couple different tanks. The betta fish were just in like little bowls. But you know, when you're a 4th grade teacher, having the fish makes you the coolest guy in the world. Everybody just kind of knew that. It makes sense to me. And you know, because the fish were so popular and well known in the school, whenever somebody wanted to like pull a prank or do something crazy, messing with the fish was always on the list of things that you could do because everyone would know about it instantly. And most of the time the kids would back down whenever something came or like something was said out loud. They would be like, never mind, that's stupid, I don't want to hurt the fish, da 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 da, or like they would just wimp out. But one day there was a kid named Victor that isn't my subscriber, alright, I want to make that clear, and this Victor kid was at lunch and he started talking about how he was gonna poop in the fish tank. I guess the teacher that was like in charge of the fish had been mean to him. He wasn't in his class and he had like given him a lunch detention or something, like something along the lines of, I don't like that guy, I'm gonna get him back. It's definitely out there, dude. I don't necessarily think of revenge as pooping in someone's fish tank. No one's ever wronged me and me been like, hey, I'm gonna go poop in their like pet's place of living. That's just my personal revenge. It's kind of out there, but whatever. Victor said that he was gonna poop in the fish tank in order to teach that guy a lesson to not be so mean to kids or like something along those lines. And as soon as he said that he was gonna do it, obviously everybody was like, oh my god, Victor's gonna poop on the fish. Oh, dude, Victor's gonna poop on the fish, dude, no way. Oh, everybody started kind of talking about it, saying it would be hilarious and he should do it. And at this point, you know, Victor definitely probably knew it was a bad idea. I don't understand how you could still think it's a good idea at that point. Like, the teacher's gonna walk into the room, man, I sure should have not been mean to Victor now that someone has pooped in my fish tank. Like, I don't think that's gonna be going the way that he thinks it's gonna go. But regardless, everybody's saying that it would be hilarious, he'd be a legend, he should do it, it would be so funny, and like, just the peer pressure of the situation ends up cracking him, and he decides that he's gonna go through with it for some reason. It's probably a really bad idea to go through with it, but A, he decides, you know, it's gonna be funny, and B, he thinks it's gonna make him, like, super popular and everybody's gonna like him after. And he asks a friend of his to be a lookout for him, you know, to make sure that nobody was coming and they could get away with it. And the next day at lunch, they decide that it's time to execute their plan, and they kind of slink away. They go into the school, they go in. A teacher does stop them, and they come up with, like, a quick little excuse, you know, oh, we have to go take a test for da-da-da-da because we were absent, we had pink eye, you know, blah, 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 blah. The teachers don't really question it too much, and they sneak into his class pretty quickly. And the way that the fish tanks were set up, the biggest one was kind of like on top of this big bookshelf thing that at the time was taller than them because they were 4th graders. It wasn't like they were tall. And I guess he, you know, climbed up on top of the bookshelf, just precariously did that. His friend turned around looking out the door, and sure enough, he like poops in the fish tank. And I know this is gonna be weird, dude, but it was like floating on top, you know, and a couple of fish had gone up to investigate and had taken some bites. I'm not saying it's a good thing, okay? And they like sneak back through the hallway, get back to the outside recess time before lunchtime, and kind of just, you know, try to put themselves distance, I guess, between themselves and like the scene of the crime. I don't know what else to call it. It's like not really a crime, but you guys know what I mean. They're trying to get away from being the ones that could be easily linked to the people who pooped in the fish tank. And they're like, you know, going back through the hallways trying to contain their giggling, but both of them are doing that thing where you know you're not supposed to laugh, so it's even harder not to laugh. And on top of that, something was pretty funny. Like, you know, now my sense of humor, I definitely still find like farts and poop funny. I'm not gonna lie, alright? If people say that that's not not funny. I don't know what to tell you. You're just like not taking life as fun as it could be. At the same time, it doesn't crack me up like it used to, bro. When I was in 4th grade, if somebody even breathed the word poop or fart, dog, I would have laughed for like 20 minutes. I thought that was the peak of comedy. I was like, I don't know why these stand-up comedians try so hard to write jokes, okay? They just got to get up there and fart into the microphone and everybody will laugh for 20 minutes. You know, you just don't really know how like other funny stuff is. Your sense of humor isn't fully developed, so they're kind of going back through the hallway giggling like little dudes, just like and they get back on the playground, and everybody had kind of known what they were going to do, and they get surrounded instantly, bro. You would have thought it was the Beatles in the 60s walking through the mall. Like, the crowd of people that was around them. What happened? What happened? Did you guys do it? Oh my god, did you guys do it? Did you guys actually do it? No way. Like, did you guys actually do it? They're just getting surrounded. And obviously, when they're getting hounded, they're like, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did it. And as soon as they do that, the crowd's like, oh my god, oh, they did it. And they're kind of getting treated like gods. Everyone's patting them on the back like, oh, yo, this is sick. And the teachers come up and break it up. They're like, all right, go to lunch. And they go to lunch. They spend their entire lunch just kind of sitting there eating, trying to, like, you know, quell all the questions that people are asking them, like, shh, don't get us caught, shh, don't get us caught. And the entire lunch, like, people are walking up to them, passing them notes, asking them questions, and they're kind of like feeling like rock stars in that moment, you know. I'm not saying it's a good thing. For some reason, people were very impressed that they had pooped in the fish tank and really had a lot of questions to ask. All right, guys, I'm gonna interrupt the video for just 1 second. On screen now is a PlayStation gift card. For those of you that don't know, I give a gift card away in every single video I post here on this channel as a way to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed and, you know, has those notifications on. So if you haven't already, be sure to turn those on. I really appreciate it. And if you already do have them on, then thank you for being an absolute legend. I really appreciate it. And I'll shut up and get back to the video now. Thank you a ton. Blech. Anyways, lunch ends and everybody kind of goes back to class doing like the walk run thing because they're so excited to see what goes down. And when they get back to class, everybody's just being dead silent, like trying to, you know, act like everything's normal. So the teacher goes and investigates and like tries to see what's going on. And sure enough, the teacher comes in and he's like, all right, guys, did everybody have a good lunch? And the class is just dead silent, you know, everybody has not reacting at all. And he's like, oh, you guys are tired, you know, recess must have been fun, like, you guys are just a little down after lunch. And he's like, I know what always cheers you guys up, I'm gonna go and feed the fish. And when everybody says that, everybody kind of gets this look on, or when he says that, everybody gets this look on their face of like, uh-oh, here we go, and their heads kind of perk up. And he thinks that that's just because they're excited to see him feed the fish, right? He's like, oh, I knew that would cheer you guys up. And, you know, he goes over, he's getting the food ready. He's like, all right, guys, do we think they're going to be active today? You think they're going to be lazy? And he goes over and he opens the lid and he looks in the lid and he just goes silent for a second. Like he's just staring at it, trying to take it in, you know, just like he had this sight in front of him. He can't really piece together what it is. And he was smiling, having a good time. And as he kind of realizes what it is, the smile fades off of his face and he's staring at it. And he turns back to the class with a frown really slowly. And, you know, he just says the most perfect sentence you've ever heard come out of a teacher's mouth, guys. He goes, all right, which one of you guys pooped in the fish tank? And obviously, when you say that to a class of 4th graders, the entire class just loses their mind instantly, dude. They're just giggling. They're hacking the, like, up a lung, dude. You would have thought they'd been smoking for 80 years, nothing but Marlboro, unfiltered cigarettes, dude. Just, lit. Just the sheer amount of coughing that they were doing. You know, it was pretty, like, just hilarious to them. And obviously, the teacher lets them come down. He's like, no, seriously, like, this isn't funny. He had scooped it out with a little net, which everybody thought was really funny too. He's like, that can kill the fish, da-da-da-da-da. And once people realized that it could hurt the fish, I don't know if that's true. I'm not a fish guy, all right? All I'm saying is the person who sent this in said the class thought that this guy had killed the fish. The tides had turned. People didn't think it was funny anymore. Some kids started crying, dude, and everybody snitched on Victor very quickly. They're like, Victor did it. He told us all about it. He came in here at lunch. Like, the entire plot got released right away, bro. It was as if, you know, the police caught your heist mate in GTA and he just leaked the entire thing, dude. It was over for him. And obviously the teacher's like, Victor, is that true? And he had felt bad thinking that he kills the fish, so he's got like his head in his hoodie trying to hide his face. He's like, no, it's not true. He's like, all right, well, can you look me in the eyes and say that that's not true? And obviously Victor can't look him in the eyes and say it's not true because he definitely had pooped in the fish tank. And he just kind of gets up and he's like, I'll go to the principal's office. And he goes, yeah, I think that's a good idea. And Victor kind of leaves the class, and the class is just silent. And they're like, oh my gosh, are the fish going to live, dude? And the teacher's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to live. All I know is that's not a funny prank. Whichever one of you guys egged him on to do this, which I know was all of you, like, that's not funny, da-da-da-da-da. They got a big lecture, but sure enough, that day, somebody did poop in the fish tank. The fish did end up being okay. They survived, so I don't know if he really was just doing it to make him feel bad or what, but they did end up surviving, and Victor didn't get the clout he wanted. He thought messing with the fish would make him a legend, but really around school he just became known as the dude that pooped in a fish tank, which doesn't carry the type of street cred you would think it would. People don't want to hang out with the kid that pooped in the fish tank. It's just not something a lot of people are interested in, so I wouldn't really recommend that. I guess that's a moral you could take out of this story, if you could take anything. Regardless, don't be a victor, okay? Just nobody likes a victor. Nobody wants to hang out with a victor. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a quick second to press the like button. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought. If you made it this far into the video, if you wouldn't mind commenting the word fish tank down below, I'd really appreciate it. It just lets me know who made it this far. Other than that, if you want more content, there's a link to my Spotify down below in the description where you can find full-length story times. Feel free to go give those a listen if you want. It helps me out. There's also a link to the merch store down there. Go pick up some merch. It's pretty cool if you ask me, but I might be a little bit biased. And beyond that, if you use code SCRUBBY at the G Fuel checkout, you get a discount. I get something from it. Everybody's a winner, and you get G Fuel, the best energy drink for gaming. Yeah, other than that, my podcast Scuffed is also down there, and that's everything that I gotta plug. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna go poop in a fish tank, and don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.